New at 10, controversy in Greenville following the temporary closure of a middle school. The Greenville School Board recently voted to temporarily close Coleman Middle School over mold and other safety concerns. That includes serious problems with the school's roof. However, the decision is not sitting well with some parents. They have created a petition. It calls for an investigation into potential misconduct and the removal of 3 school board members. Greenville Mayor Eric Simmons says he's working with the school district and all parties to make sure it remains a temporary closure.